stopped. Hello. Shit, I think my mic was stuffed then. Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's official coverage of the Asrnz 2022 DLC Cup. I'm Davo, and look, if it's anything like last week, it'll be the Davo and Davo show again. But I think, who is that walking through the door and sitting down beside me? It is Farmer.
Mate,
Farmer.
welcome. G'day, buddy.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah. Look, I seen you sitting up there, and I've had a recent run of pretty poor results. So, yeah, look, I'll just come and have a look, eh? See what it's all about, mate. Final round, exciting stuff. So,
yes, final round of this 5-round series, and yes, look, welcome everybody, all viewers, to Farmer back in the comms box. Yes, 5-round series, and you know, we have been to Alton Park in a BMW M2. We've been to Suzuka in a Porsche GT3 Cup car. We've been to Zolder in the Lambo Huracan Evo 2. That's a mouthful. Last week at Laguna Seca, awesome race in the Ferrari 488 Evo again. And tonight, here we go. We finish off with, look, a big favourite of mine actually, the Ginetta G55. Very nice little bit of kit, GT4 car. We're at Snetterton, which isn't a bad track itself, either probably perfect for this sort of vehicle. Farmer, what's your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, mate, look, I've been cutting laps on it during the weekend.
Nice.
And just before, and it's a really nice car to drive, actually. I really like it. And wasn't a favourite of mine, this track. Took me a while to learn it, but once you know it, David, it's actually a great flowing, quite a fast track. And yeah, with this car, mate, it's going to be cool. Yeah.
It will be nice. Will be nice.
Will be very nice for these boys to be racing.
Yeah, so that Ginetta, funny little car. I think basically built as a race car. I don't think you actually can buy this thing for the road. I don't think it's a road registerable car.
Yes.
I'm sure you would find one on the road, but they, I think they are a purpose-built race car. Light little thing. It's under 1,000 kilograms and with a V6 motor. So yeah, nice little balance and very, very tidy little thing. Snetterton. I'm not going to give you a history lesson here, people, because I don't know any history anyway. So there's no fear of that. Snetterton. All I can say is I'll give you the history of my experience at Snetterton. Awesome track, very fast, a little bit technical in some spots, but yeah, pretty cool. We could see some overtaking here, Farmer.
Yes, I think we could, Davo. Yeah, great, mate. My experiences on the track have not been favourable up until this week, but it'd be really great to see how these boys get on, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, we just got cameras on, as I think the boys are just coming in from free practice to go to driver brief, but just looking at that pit entry, again, these guys are running with manual pit limiter situation. Farmer, you've experienced that. It's tough stuff, getting used to that manual pit limiter and getting that car down to speed.
Yeah, and it's... you know, there's so much time to be kind of gained or lost there, David. You can just get it like, you know, I've tend to...
Lost? It's like 30 seconds.
In there, you know, like if you can get it down onto that 50k right on that line with the button right on time, then, you know, you can save a lot of time getting that right.
Yeah.
So easy to get a penalty if you get it wrong.
Because if you get it wrong,
like that,
you've got to roll back into the pits, also do your 30-second, and then roll back out. So
exactly, yes.
Woo, tough gig. Look, the boys are rolling straight out into qualifier. Oh, look, I didn't watch a lot of pre-race practice, but what did you see farm time-wise from early practice there?
Yeah, early practice I think was Actually, I didn't actually notice too much there, Dave. I was actually practicing a little bit myself and was actually trying to place myself higher up. I got to 5, but didn't actually take note of who was in front of me. I'm suspecting it would have been your John McDonald, Snakies, Day. Ashley was up there too somewhere. Jeff has been going fast during the week.
Yeah, I did see Jeff actually just sneak up into that top 5 there, and then I think he's just dropped back down a little bit.
So just the 11 names there to pick from tonight, Davo. So the odds on us getting favourable there will be good, mate.
That's right. That's right.
Hopefully our predictions will be right. Yes.
Well, yeah, that's too true. But yeah, look, I think McAdoo did sneak up to the pointy end. First car out on track, actually, as well in qualifying. McKellar, and like you said, the usual suspects, McDonald and Vediger also just sticking the nose in. Jeff Burst also quick. Yeah, look, this will be interesting. I think we'll just leave the cameras focused on, because I do think McIndoe is the first car out on track. We'll just have a bit of a look at him as they run around for their warm-up lap, isn't it, Farmer? And then
yeah, it is. They only get 6 minutes, don't they, Davo? So like it's already down to 4:40 as he crosses the line to start his first qualifying lap. So
not a lot of time. Not a lot of time to work with, is it? And
it's not. No.
And I suppose a smart move from McIndoe or any of the fasties wanted to get out there and just get a bit of clear track and not get mixed up in traffic, because not only you don't have a lot of laps to do, but if you get stuck in traffic, and then bloody hell, like you're just yeah, it's just another problem again. I do see somebody in front of him. Who's that?
I'm going to say it might be the car Melling on its out lap.
It might be Melling, actually. I think that's what it is.
Yes.
Yep. So again, we will just stick on this Nick McIndoe car. Nick McIndoe, tough round last week. Equal with John McDonald going into round 4 last week at Laguna Seca in the Ferraris, but had I think it was a stop-go or drive-through infringement. Really did do his championship, and he got it all with the top 3 so bloody close. I think McDonald. I think Farmer, you might have the deets on the points. We don't have them up for the viewers tonight live on Twitch.
No, we don't. But Jake McCullough's still holding the lead there now. He's got
as we would expect.
Yeah, he's got a 14-point gap on John McDonald, and then there's 5 points back to Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a decent 33-point chunk back to 4th place, Jeff Burst. So really between those 3 still, Jake needs to have a shocker for anything to happen, Davo, Yeah.
So there you go, those 3 cars in a row. Jake. Oh, Jeff Burst, just the 4th car over. Just takes a chunk out of the top 3 boys there. But
I tell you, Dave, I haven't seen 57s all week, and yet there's 1, 2, 3 of them up there, mate. Just
there you go. First flying lap from Jeff Burst, but pretty well 2, 3, and 4 as the championship points roll is McKellar, McDonald, and McIndoe. And probably Vediger, I'm not quite sure, on the 5th position in the championship. But look, there you go. Who we got after? Apsy put himself into 7th there. Still have Melling coming around.
Coming across for his first lap. Yeah, and I would have thought it would have been the 2nd lap, Davo, where your tyres are actually heating up there. It was taking a couple to get them on. So I'd expect the next lap to be even quicker, mate. Steve-O just got
across the line
there. Going to bounce into 7.
Oh, nice work from Stephen, actually. Nice time there. Only Brad Robinson in front of him before the top 5. So, yeah, putting himself in the 7th. Nice work.
Nice work. On the second lap there, David, just noticing John McDonald half a second up on his previous best, so that would give him a 57.7 as well, mate, if he can keep this on for the rest of the lap. And you got the final corner to negotiate, mate.
And 57.7 will definitely put him. It looks like he's gained badly, like really quickly on McKellar as well. So I don't think McKellar's done an overly quick lap there. Just looking at that, just visually.
Good lap from John.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh.
57.6, mate. Wow. Got Brad coming through. He might advance on. Might not be enough to advance on Ashley.
He's half a second up. That's a fair chunk.
It is. He needs a good 8/10s to get.
Here we go.
Position.
Did he get that run off the final corner there?
No, I think he lost it in the end.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Brad doing very well the past few rounds.
Little lap here to go, and a couple of boys there.
We've got Burst up on his lap.
Snaky up.
McKellar up. Yeah, definitely Jake McKellar up on his. So still plenty of play for. These guys don't stop.
Burst doesn't need a lot, does he? He only needs, like a smidgen of a 10th there.
Yeah. Yeah, the original, like the first of the leaderboard toppers there in qualifying, and yeah, just pipped at the moment, but yeah, could easily grab it back if he could just keep it. Keep that lap in check.
Snaky's got a bit too behind him, Davo.
Absolutely, and probably a little bit more than what he's got, so this is going to be close. Burst on the zeros, literally. He's not showing a green or a red on my screen at the moment. Has he got it together? He's down a little bit.
Oh, he's lost it, Davo.
McKellar's up.
I think Snaky's going to put something here, mate. He's actually just
McKellar's got it. He's on it. He's 4 up.
Wow.
Watch this. Watch this. Is McDonald's spot in contention here? Yes. There you go.
57.5.
Whoa, Farmer. The top 3, all 57s. Whoa.
Very nice laps on the boys. I didn't actually break into the 58, mate. I had a 59 flat, so it would have put me. Yeah, nice work, boys.
So what are you saying? It's better to sit back here, up here, and watch it rather than be down there.
Mate, yeah, that's a sign.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Look, so there we go, viewers. Farmer, what do we got there? Jake McKellar.
What have we got there, mate? We've got
Jake McKellar topping
Jake
it
McKellar,
out.
sorry, mate, topping it out. John McDonald in P2. We've got Jeff Burst in 3. Nick McIndoe in 4th. Ashley Vediger in 5. Brad 6. Stevo, Vaughan, Pete and Mike King rounding out the 10. Bobby Laycock and myself.
I don't know who that other guy is there.
Left his car in
Yeah,
the shed. Put it back in the trailer.
He's a safety officer. Yes, sir. Nah, awesome work, guys. Look, let's just get back and have a look. Oh, I was going to go back and have a look at points, to be honest, but I don't have any. Farmer.
Yeah, well, the points are what they are, mate. We need.
You have points in front of us.
A couple of horrible ones. Yeah, Jakey rounds out 292 points. John McDonald 278 points. So a 14-point gap there deficit. That's a few positions in a small field, even for John to achieve that tonight.
Yep.
The battle will be between him and Nick, only a 5-point gap there for a second and third. So that's obviously where our battle will be.
That is where the battle will be. You're right.
Jeff Burse and Ashley as well for fourth and fifth. There's only a 3-point gap there as well, Davo. So Ashley and Jeff, what do we got? Jeff's in front of Ashley at the moment, and he's in front of him on the points. So that's obviously where he needs to stay to secure that fourth position in the champ.
And yes, that's pretty well where we're at. Little short fire series actually, Farmer, with this one. Little five round jobby. Same class racing throughout, but different track, different vehicle each week, which has been awesome. It's been some really good, solid classic racing, side by side stuff. The last few rounds have been just bloody epic to call. I know you haven't made all of them, but
no,
I'm
but
sure
I
you've
did
had
make
fun.
The first couple.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, there's been some great racing actually. I had a pretty good round there at Zolder. And in fact, I even had the lead with only 1 or 2 to go, David, when I hit it into the wall through the chicane. But still came away from that night feeling, like I'd achieved something.
Yeah, pretty tough. Yeah, look, and
yeah,
and even watching it, it just looks like that. The guys have.
That was great. That was in the Lambo, I think.
Yeah, the Lambo. It's Zolder. Yeah, good fun stuff. And
yeah, that was a great car.
You hook up pretty well at Zolder, so that didn't surprise me. We got about 10 seconds before the boys start to roll away. We might start to try and see if we can get some vision up here. And what have we got here? Yes, we do have a bit of vision, and it's the
They're
boys.
just starting their formation lap, aren't they, buddy?
Yep, boys rolling off the grid for the formation lap. 11 cars tonight.
This is us, mate. You've got to scroll through your pit menu there, uncheck your tyre change for your pit stop, make sure you're adding 1 litre of fuel. Just get that set aside, then sort of turn that off and put it back on. I like to run the real-time monitor, mate, so you can watch who's in front and behind you, obviously, in game.
Yeah,
get all that hooked up on the outlap.
Yeah. So there's all those checks and balances, isn't there? And just making sure you're all good, and like you said, you're watching the correct page on your LCD screen, and everybody's got their own way of doing things, isn't it, Farmer?
You do. You just like your stuff just ready and set before. You don't want to be sort of looking or mucking around with your dials and your stuff.
Definitely not.
Once the lights go green. So real crucial to remember to do that stuff on this outlap.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then do you bother heating your tyres up?
Well, this is always a contentious issue.
As we're seeing with Jake, he's actually just cruising around.
Yeah, not a care in the world. Probably got a little bit of a buffer zone tonight with the leader of the championship, Farmer.
He just needs to keep it clean, doesn't he, mate?
He does.
Yeah, he does. And he's had some great results lately. He's certainly been seen to be finishing races. I'm sure he won't have a problem tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't think so. Just all that. The last GT3 season, he's really, he's carried that momentum straight into this DLC series, and
he has, and this is the result, Damo, of actually racing too much, and this is what happens when Jake gets some really cool new gear and some new toys. And he takes to it and he starts to see the results, and then once he starts seeing those results, he starts trying even harder and harder, don't you? And it just sort of snowballs, and Jake doing a lot of racing. Jake is doing a lot of racing of
Jake
late.
is doing a lot of racing at the moment.
And this is what happens when you do a lot of racing.
Yeah. He's on point. He's so connected with the gear that he's running at the moment, and got the eye in.
Yeah, and he's still got age. He's got age on his side too, hasn't he? He's still got reflexes.
Stop it, Farmer. Farmer.
He can still see correctly.
and his reaction times are really good. As the boys grin up. We'll stop that right there.
Here we go, buddy.
Jake McKellar, John McDonald, Jeff Burst, and Nick McIndoe make out the first two rows. We got Hallie Cam. This is the final round at Snetterton for the DLC Championship. We got a green light, Farmer. Oh, looks like Don's got a bit of a jump on McKellar there. Nice little run. The corner doesn't favour that outside, but yeah, very tidy stuff. There's also McIndoe squeezing Burst.
Looks like Burst securing that P3.
Yeah.
Where he started on the grid. McIndoe very wide.
Very wide with the Ashley Vedico right up behind him there.
I think Brad there taking advantage of that.
Quite possibly.
Slipping past Ashley in the background. All the boys cleanly away, bud. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Very orderly, as we've seen the last few weeks. These boys really measured in their racing, kept it very tidy in the first opening part of the first lap, and look, and it really does lend itself to some really close racing throughout the first half of the race because of it, because there's no, distractions, and there's no, there's no gapping from an incident, and these guys stay extremely close through this first part of the race. Down in under the bridge.
Yeah.
Fast left-hander, little fast little chase left into the right-hander.
Making on the pace, straight from the get-go.
Immediately, we've got a drive-through from McIndoe. Farmer, entertain me. What would a drive-through have been for?
Did that just pop up, Dave? Or has it been there since the start?
I didn't notice it early.
It's possibly a speeding off the start.
Yep. Or an overlap, maybe. He's straight in.
Yeah. I can't see that he's cut the track 5 times already in the first lap, Dave.
I
was watching him.
Yeah.
So he must have been just over that 70k speeding limit there before the lights go out, Dave.
Oh, that's so unfortunate again.
And you mentioned he did this last week, Dave. He had to drive through the pits.
Yeah, drive through last week, and it's like deja vu. I'm sure he's just kicking himself again. He might have been able to take it back to McDonald this week, given the right circumstances.
He looked quite aggressive there behind G4 right off the get-go.
Yeah.
And, I did put the camera on him just to keep an eye on what would happen. Oh, as we just see Jeff Burst straight into the back of the McDonald car.
Around both of them, I was just clicking towards it.
Lucky.
Boys are going to go back and have a look at that.
Yes, lock those boys up.
So Burst, this is very early in the race. I think it's the second lap with Brad Robinson doing awesome the last couple of rounds. Here we go. Oh, it looks like Burst just totally missed his brake mark there by about 25 metres.
Yeah, okay.
Look at them both. If they just come back in, they have both only lost one position.
They have, actually, and done an identical sort of a slide there.
Absolutely.
And then gone again at the same time.
And they just picked it up and carried on. So, very lucky from both of those drivers. Farmer and Brad Robinson there, picking up the crumbs.
Brad sniffed through again. He got through on Ashley earlier with a little mistake like that, and he's jumped through again. And I think he's gone from 6 or 7 on the grid through to P2, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, so well done from Brad. We'll just pop up to Brad and see where he's at. Jake, look at Jake. Just disappearing out of the camera view at the moment. Brad Robinson coming around T1. McKellar off, controlling the race again, but Brad Robinson just in the right place at the right time, snippety snip through the little gap there, Farmer,
Yes.
and
He'll be smiling at the moment, won't he?
and he's got a healthy bit of a gap there.
He has,
mate,
but he's
so,
still got 25 minutes to stay now, hasn't he? That's the problem when you've got the McDonald car, you know, in your mirrors there.
Yeah, and the McDonald
and
car.
John's only 2 seconds behind him, so...
Yeah, look, it looks a long way on track, but when you say it's only 2 seconds, it seems really close. But that McDonald car, just quietly, has Jeff Burrs right up his clacker, so he's having some pressure.
Okay, David? Yeah, no, it does look alright.
Oh, Burrs off track.
Again.
Burrs looks like, what happened there? Oh.
Yeah, not too sure, mate.
We might just...
It almost looked like a PC malfunction.
It did. It looked like a disconnection. So we'll just watch Burrs helicam it.
Although we know he did have brake issues there, Davo, you know, half a lap ago. I wonder if the boys have not hooked up the front pads correctly in his car or something, mate.
But he just drives back on the track. It's just weird little faux pas from Jeff Burrs, and definitely out of cap.
Oh, he just takes the hit too, doesn't he?
He does. So
takes the hit into the wall and just brings it back around and carries on. Back up the pointy end. But yeah, interesting stuff. But you look, and this is a good thing for Steve Melling because he's just popped up into 4th position. Steve-O is sniffing on the back of the podium now.
Yep.
Yes. And we had a little quiet word with Steve-O prior to race.
We did.
Wished him good luck, that we would see him again in the end.
So we have Pete Apsey in the pits.
Yes, Jeff Burrs ducked in as well, mate.
Burrs in as well. Apsey out already. Nice quick stop for Apsey. Burrs still in the pits.
I see the Pete car has got a drive-through next to his name there, Davo. I wonder if he's had a little infringement through the pit chute. I'd say the Burrs car's taken on a bit of damage and he's had that repaired. Mate, he sat in there for a while.
He has sat in there for a while.
Unlucky for Pete.
Unlucky for Pete, and there we go. 2 drive-throughs, and mate, we are not even 8 minutes in to this race, Farmer.
True.
Brad doing an excellent job.
Out of the 11 on the grid, Davo, we've already seen 2 of them get drive-throughs, haven't we? So, it's nearly a quarter of the field. Mate.
It's not good odds, is it? McDonald in 3rd. And who's 4th? Steve Belling.
What is going to happen here, Davo, is last lap's round, Snakey's in the 57s, mate, still. These other boys running in the 59s, and John and Brad are doing very similar laps. Steve Melling has got a 10th on John.
Is that right?
And so it's not going to be too much changing there, but the pits are going to mix it up as we see John McDonald and
Ashley Vertigo in. So McDonald not overly tied up in traffic, but he will be looking for clean air.
He'll be looking to jump Brad, won't he?
Oh, for sure. This is the classic undercut from Ashley.
From Ash, he's going to
wow.
Get him, isn't he? Yes.
Got him nicely.
And as they come off the limit, other cars will separate.
Nice, no penalties from either.
Well done, boys.
Oh, look, exceptional work from
genuine position, wasn't it?
from Ash's team there.
And that's really sort of a wipe in the face, isn't it, for the supposed master of pit stops that everyone keeps banging on about, as we've just seen it fail, haven't we, Davo? Yeah.
Absolutely. You hearing
well
that?
Done.
You hearing
well
that, JB?
Well done to Ashley's crew, mate. Well done to Ashley's
Well
crew.
done to Ashley's crew. So who are we watching for the next pit stop? It would have to be Brad Robertson.
We need to keep an eye on Brad. Yes, we do. We need to see where he's going to pop out in this. We expect Jake will just come in and out without too much sort of pressure.
You wouldn't think so.
He's still circulating a good second and a half quicker than the rest of the field made up there. He's just in a league of his own. Really is, Devo.
He is, and he's been, like I said, I've watched him over the last more than 6 months, and you know, like the last half of last year in the GT3s, and again here with this early in the year, and totally dominant.
Yeah, he has been. You know, we've switched. We did the series before the GT3s too, mate, with the single cage round and that, and he was very good at that as well. You know, he was good at the GT3s. He's been great at this.
Yeah, he just doesn't matter what he gets into at the moment. Seems to take his hand to it pretty quickly. Melling in the pits.
Yes, just noticing that, mate. Now he should slide out somewhere. Maybe Ashley John McDonald. Or just behind, I would expect.
Okay, so nice handy little stop there, not overly quick, so I'd say he will...
McDonald car's coming down the straight.
Get in and out without a penalty there. Oh, this is close. I think he's got him. Oh, look at this.
It's very close.
Oh.
Get that hammer down, Steve, mate.
Oh.
Now, what's happened to Ashley? We've missed something, but he has fallen behind the car of John McDonald that he snuck out of the pits in front of.
He has too.
And fallen behind the Steve-O that we just saw. Okay, so unfortunate for Ash. He had himself right up there and a potential P2.
Absolutely.
Actually, Dave, he would have been right there with that little Steve-O John McDonald pit
John
exit
McDonald
battle as well.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, lost. Oh,
hard luck for Ash.
Yeah.
After his pit crew did such an amazing job.
Amazing job.
Yeah. They'll be filthy. They'll be filthy on this.
Had him out in front of John McDonald, and yeah, done a fantastic job. This is still close stuff up the pointy end, and we still have, I think, 5 drivers to go. We've got Bobby Laycock, Mike King, Vaughan Martin, Brad Robinson, and Jake McKellar still to pit.
Yes, we do. And Pete's still to serve that drive-through, mate.
Yes.
Has been there for a couple of laps now.
That's the Pete Apsey car,
yes.
Farmer's alluding to, with a drive-through. Not quite sure. Usually the drive-thrus are for track infringements, aren't they, Farmer? Because usually we get the stop-goes in the pit infringements, and the drive-thrus are usually exceeding track limits and stuff like that. Is that correct?
It is something like that, Davo, yeah.
Okay, so we've got Apsey in.
I'm not too sure on...
So, Apsey serving that drive-through now.
Okay. Certainly the drive-through is the lesser of them, isn't it? You don't actually have to stop and sit there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you have to take a penalty, that's the one to go for.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. So, John, let's just get out of the helmet of Steve Melling, actually, as he's chasing the McDonald car. These guys all no BOP. This is a BOP series, so after this race, the top 3 will be carrying weight, but at the moment these guys are all on 0 weight. Nice close stuff. These cars are fantastic to drive.
Yes, and Steve-O in a potential P3 position here. Just looking at that, Davo, that the guy that comes 4th in the first race may just have an upper hand in the next one, with the best 3 in front of him getting weight. So wouldn't be such a bad position to be Ashley or Brad, I think, in the finishing order tonight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, look, good point, Farmer.
But we're still not sure where that Brad car is going to pop out. front and behind this sort of little battle between Steve and John.
Yep. So we've seen. Oh, it's one of the top 5 had come in there. I'm not sure who that one. Might have been Mike King. We had 5 unfitted cars, but now we have 4. We might just pop up the front here. Look at Jake McKellar. Look, I cannot see a car on screen behind that car. It is way out in front.
Yeah,
amazingly.
Well. He has an 11.6 second gap now on the car of Brad Robinson at P2. So
yeah,
very nicely done. Again from Jake.
Total domination.
He's clearly not good enough before race because he just doesn't seem to make an error, does he, Davo?
He needs to get a bit more match fit. You reckon?
He does need to get way more match fit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Second, which you could. Oh look, I just caught a glance of this car in the background from the last shot. Is Brad Robinson in the dark green car, who's done a fantastic job actually the last couple of rounds, and again tonight, look at him, he's in second position, has not pitted.
And just checking his last lap round, Davo, 59.6. The John McDonald Steve-O pack is coming doing 59.2. So
okay,
they are the John and Steve-O are going that little bit quicker than Brad, certainly on the last lap anyway. So
is it enough? This is the question.
And when will he pit, mate? It's not going to be this lap, Davo. It carries on.
We are only just over halfway through this race.
Yes, that is true. And we know Jake always goes long. He kind of gives away his strategy a little bit, Jake.
But no one can catch him anyway,
so
it doesn't matter. As we see, Vaughan Martin actually rolls in one of those 4 cars. It doesn't really matter what Jake does. He seems to be able to make it turn into gold. So Vaughan. Oh,
where's Vaughan dropping out, mate? What's the story there?
Let's have a look. Get the hell he can. There goes Ashley Redigar.
Action.
So he'll be coming out in 7th or 8th. No, maybe 7th.
Yeah, I think that was the car of Mike King behind him in 7th place. So he's possibly pulled out in 6th there, Davo.
Okay.
We've only got Brad and Snakey now to pit. So.
Yeah, so Laycock coming out of the... And McIndoe coming out of the pits again?
Again, yes.
What the hell? Farmer! I'm
he's having
confused.
a shocker, isn't he? Yeah. Is that 3 times we've seen that car in the pits now, Davo?
That is disappointing. Very unfortunate for McIndoe. So Laycock out clean. Vaughan Martin out clean. So nice, tidy pit stops from both. We'll get back there. Really got to start.
He's going for another one.
We'll pick up on the Brad Robinson car.
Nice kind of dark green there, Dave. I quite like the colour. He's continuing on. Maybe he can see that car. Can he see that car of Jake in front of him? And he's just decided that's it. I'm not going until he does.
It's chasing the carrot. Oh look, you can see Brad's car just in the long shots sometimes behind McKellar's car, and quite possibly, like I said, he can still get a visual on Jake's car, and that's enough, isn't it, Farmer? Just to make you want to hang in there. Yeah, for sure.
You're not taking on fuel, David, so it's really, and you're not taking tyres. I mean, sorry, you are. You're taking 1 litre of fuel, but it really doesn't matter when you do your pit stop. Your tyre life is going to be the same throughout the race. So, and so is your fuel load, effectively. So these guys can actually take it down. I think the pit window will close with 5 minutes of race to go. And that's only 6 minutes away, so these guys are going to have to pit in the next couple. For sure. can't help but think that John McDonald car, looking at the lap times that have been going on, he is probably
He's up
gonna
again,
jump
isn't he,
Brad.
at the moment?
He is, yeah.
So yeah, like you've been mentioning,
It'll be.
Brad's
I
times.
think it might come down to Steve-O actually, because Steve-O's not that far behind John. I think this is possibly where Brad is going to pop out somewhere. So
somewhere in between those two.
wow, she's a prediction, bud.
God, we've seen some crazy predictions actually the last couple of weeks, so nothing would surprise me. But
keep an eye on whether these guys are going to go in this lap round.
Stephen definitely holding his own lap time wise at the moment, and keeping in touch with John McDonald, and which is no mean feat.
Steve-O doing a great job, and
I think that's
yes,
Ashley Bediger.
I actually think Steve-O's going to be in for that third podium position. He needs to really keep trying to chase that 27 car, and like you say, he hasn't actually fallen off a whole hell of a lot.
No,
he's been there a lot of laps now.
We've got under 10 minutes to run in this race. Viewers, quick thank you to ABC Tech for all our servers and for everything online at Asrnz. Thank you very much, ABC Tech. Fantastic group. And also SJS for continued support. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to our sponsors. We love our sponsors.
We do love our sponsors. They keep this stuff rolling. And here we are, little under 9 minutes to go.
Not a whole lot to keep an eye on at the moment there, Davo. Everyone's sort of, just doing their thing. A few unfortunates, obviously, through the race. The Jeff Burst incident, the slick, having that sort of bad luck. And
so, yeah, definitely the field has spread somewhat.
Unfortunately for Ashley, with the hot pit stop there.
Look, and Dick just having all sorts of troubles. I think we've seen that green car, Dick McIndoe's in the pits at least 3 times this race. Mike King and Pete Apsey relatively close. But yes, like I mentioned, that McIndoe car way back down in 11th. We have Brad Robinson in the pits. Thank you, Farmer.
We'll keep an eye on the McDonald Malline little battle coming round, mate, as they get turned into the final turn at the moment.
Brad off the jacks.
We've got the McDonald car coming down the front straight. Steve-O's close and towed.
Brad, come on, mate. Oh, McDonald again, like we mentioned, we thought he might come out in between these two, and he's done exactly that.
Nice, that's a good game from John after that recovery with the Jeff Burst car early on.
Yep.
Steve-O now will be stepping even closer. That's Brad right there, Steve-O.
You know it.
Great stop from Brad. He's got it clean. He hasn't got any drive stop goes, whatever it is, Davo, that you get.
No red boxes. And
Snakey has got 1 minute 44 to get into the pit lane.
Davo,
if he's going for another one.
The guy's just so switched on at the moment. If he went round one more time, I would shake my head. This guy will be pitted. This car will pit. There it goes. Yeah, unflappable at the moment, Jake McKellar. Super clean pit stop. Car, didn't even look like it was out of control and down to speed perfectly. with that
Yeah,
entry.
actually, it looked like he was a little bit cautious on it, even making
Yeah.
sure he got it right.
All over it. Nice, tidy pit stop. Let's look at the board. Make sure he gets nothing. No penalties. Straight out. Look at that.
Car of John just coming into the final turn. Dave,
Faultless.
Jake with a very commanding lead here now.
Very commanding.
5 to go.
Full of the straight and some for Jake McKellar. The back three after that, second, third, fourth, still could be contended, but yeah, this field has spread a little bit, Farmer, hasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it has, and I think it's going to take just a little bit of pressure from Steve-O to maybe make Brad do an error there or something. Can't see too much else unfold, Davo. Nick just joining the track again there. Looked like he had a little excursion with the grass. That car will be certainly into the spanners and the suspension after this race, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, tough luck for Nick and yeah, just that car not on point tonight. Nick maybe not quite so as focused as he'd like to be. Mike King just in front of him. And the Matt Green livery car.
Do we have a quick word with Nick there, buddy? Or?
Yeah. Let's have a listen.
User was moved to your channel.
Just whipped you down here, Nick, just because you're having an absolute shit of a race, mate. What's going on behind the wheel, bud?
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Well, we've seen you go through the pits 3 times.
This fucking game. Yeah, no, I don't know. I got a drive-through off the start.
Yes.
Because I don't know why, but anyway.
Okay.
And then went in, completed my pit stop, carried on as per normal, looked down, and I still had a box there.
It's still uncompleted. Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it, when that shit happens, mate?
Yeah, it is somewhat.
Sucks,
but then
bro.
my third pit stop, well, the third time through the pits, I went in and I started coming up to my box, and then it just took me in, gave me a pit stop, and I was like 3 meters from my pit bay. It was fucking weird, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it dragged you in there.
It's crazy stuff, mate. Oh, well, hard luck, buddy. There's always race 2 to fall back on. We had high hopes on you at the start there, mate. Your car looked aggressive and you looked on pace, so...
oh, yeah. Tyre pressures are not great neither, so...
Right. Okay. Well, the mechanics are going to be all over it at half-time, and we wish you the best of luck in the next one, buddy.
They're going to get a fucking tune-up, put it that way.
Yeah. Size 9 tune-up. Nice work. Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers, fellas.
See you, Nick.
User
Bye.
was moved out of your
Oh, look. Thank
you
you, Nick McIndoe, for giving us your time there.
A full insight,
Full insight.
It actually feels on the night when that stuff happens to you. And it's gut-wrenching, isn't it?
Yeah, and
those little things just go wrong. You don't know why. Yeah.
That's it. And no holding back from Nick there. Yeah, it's just like, that's exactly that. And you know it, Farmer, that's exactly the emotion that goes through your head, isn't it? It's just like,
that's right.
F this shit. It is like so hard when it's going wrong. And, but these guys are so competitive. They come back. They want to have another crack. They know they got it.
They will, because they get a sniff and a taste of it at the pointy end, and they want it. They want it again, of course.
Look, little over a minute and a half to go. McIndoe way in front.
Chasing the hard on the back of Brad there. Like you say, Snakey's gone burgered.
Look,
Rob McDonald's, if we're holding that second.
Yeah.
Brad for third. Steve-O on the sniff, but a minute 25 to go.
Steve-O and Brad are probably the 2 closest cars on the track at this moment. But only, look, literally 1 or maybe 2 laps yet to go, so...
Steve-O has edged closer, though.
Oh, definitely. He's in contention. But catching up and putting the pass on is two way different things, as you know.
Just
So
work out if we're possibly on the last lap, Dave, because there's only a minute left to that timer.
oh, look, I think they've left it open. Because, just let me have a look. Nick, should I say Jake, Mr. McKellar here might make it across in time. So the jury's out on whether it's I don't think it's the final lap. So.
Yeah, okay, Dave, I've got a funny feeling it might be 9 seconds short. Well, I will keep an eye on that for us, viewers, just in case.
Okay, so we do have Jake McKellar on screen at the moment. We've got about 10 seconds to run.
Oh, yeah.
On the clock. 5, 4, 3, 1.
We are out of time, Dave, as he crosses the line. Do we get the chicken flag this lap? I believe we will.
We would normally, wouldn't we? And
there
it
it
goes.
is. Oh, mate, there is.
Pulled up.
Waving that thing hard. Well done to Jake.
Awesome work, Jake McKellar. Look, mate, there's no surprise, was it, really, Farmer?
It wasn't, mate?
Yeah.
No. We just see the John McDonald car, mate, coming across the line.
Coming across for second.
P2. Steve and Brad. Good little battle down to the end, mate.
Definitely good little battle. And good little pit stop battle, actually, between those three cars. The McDonald, Brad Robinson and Steve Melling car. Ashley Bettiger in 5th. Nice work, Ash.
The recovery there for 6th place too. He had a little excursion there early on.
He did.
And had a bit of damage to fix in the pits, so he came back well for 6th.
Yeah, nicely done.
Goes to Vaughan as he crosses the line.
Vaughan Martin. Pete Apsey in 8th. And look, we just had a quick word to Nick earlier with the old F this game sometimes, as it shows on screen. 9th position. Mike King in 10th. Bobby Laycock actually still just rolling around in a very nicely painted black and white striped version of this car. Nice work. So that was
him down,
tough little gig there for the boys.
Yeah, tough gig, bit of a hard luck for people. We are going to grab Brad because he was the opportunist of the night, and well done to a 3rd place there, Brad.
Well done, Brad.
Have you got us there, bud? Okay, we are hooking up a blue light. We're not getting the comms from Brad. He would like to say, fuck yeah, what a good night I've had.
That's what I expect he would be saying. Like I said, the blue light's on and he's just going,
the blue light is on, Brad, but nobody's home on the comms. Okay, look, it was a great track, but if you haven't got your shit together...
Okay, so next
There's no second chances in this move, Davo, as we drag P2 down. John Boy, sorry to catch you mid-conversation. P2 there. Well done on a little recovery, mate. After a little excursion early on. But really nothing for Jake. Nothing for Jake, mate. His lap times. He was just small burger.
Yeah, the contact we and Jeff had, I had damaged rear, so the car was like nowhere in the back end. I had lots of push and it was terrible. I was lucky to actually finish, but
lucky to finish.
So
let's do it, Farmer.
The balance was definitely gone.
So
but no, we didn't have nothing. We couldn't do much for Jakey.
Yeah, and what it sounds like, you've got heaps for him in the next one.
Oh well, look, let's hope we can have a closer race. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, shot, bud. Well done, and hopefully we'll see you back here after the next one.
Yeah, Roger, that
mate.
Farmer.
Up your game and tell your pit crew to sort their shit out, mate. Ashley jumped you.
Oh, bro, come here.
Flogged you.
Well, in these pits, I don't know if you can see them, but there's these little ramps. So, you can do these little jumps and pit lanes.
Mate.
Sounds like a JB problem, doesn't it?
You got screwed over. Sort your shit out. Okay, look, we haven't got time. of time to go on about it. Sorry, John Boy, but we do need to get our winner down here.
We do. Absolutely.
Jake,
User was moved to
beautiful.
your channel.
Welcome, Jake, to the comms. Congratulations, mate. What's the secret, bro?
Um,
Oh, was it
Must be
eating
a secret,
pies?
'cause I don't
Eating
even know.
pies, bro, with the mouthfuls on, yeah. No, well done, mate. Just you didn't put a foot wrong, you know. I hopped in your car, did a few laps with you and whatnot, and you just don't seem to make errors. And you're clearly not drinking before race. And you've obviously got a bit of
Clearly.
youth and a bit of reaction time still up your sleeve, mate. So
Well
it really
done.
seems to just be going all your way lately. Yeah, no, you're doing really well, mate. Another great drive.
Maybe
Another
that's the
great drive.
secret. No drink driving, mate.
Yeah, well, they say that you shouldn't, but you know.
No, I just got into a robot situation then. And
Yeah, you do, don't you? You just hit your marks, you know, your gears, yeah. It's all muscle memory, and like you say, you go into a robot. You almost zone out, don't you? And just happen to be just going
100%.
round and round. Yeah, nice. I used to do that, and then forget where I was on track and miss the next breaking point. But,
And then you wonder how the hell you got around the lap.
well done, buddy. Another good win, and we'll probably see you back soon. Eh? Good luck with that weight. Interesting to see if I can hold you back at all.
Never
Yeah,
does.
cheers, boys.
All
See
right,
you,
mate.
Jake.
Thanks, buddy.
User
Yeah,
was
mate.
moved out of your channel.
Oh, look, that's awesome. Great
Good
work,
stuff.
Farmer. Do we give Brad another shot?
Well, you know, we do have to top up our volumes. We are on a bit of a credit. We'll give him one more shot.
User was
Stupid
moved
mistakes,
to your channel.
constantly.
Brad, sorry, we have
Oh,
dragged
hello.
you back down. We have got you this time. Apologies for before. Well done though on a great third place, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much.
John.
I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought Steve was going to get me.
Yep. He
we
was
were
gaining
watching,
on you.
We were watching, and we noticed you slip Ashley sort of early on with a little air in front of you, and then you got through on that Jeff Burst, John McDonald sort of thing. And
Yeah, that first lap was alright.
yeah, you did
Yep.
quite well. You were going forward, and you had good pace, and we were keeping an eye on your lap times there, sort of picking that you were going to pop out somewhere around the McDonald Steve Melling car. So well done, bud. It was a good race.
Thank you. Let's try and do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We might see you in 30 minutes or so.
Let's see you one step forward, mate.
All right, we'll give it a go.
Awesome,
Cheers,
mate.
guys.
Okay,
See you,
good
Brad.
luck.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, awesome work, Farmer. Thanks, mate. Let's look. We're gonna have a little bit of a break, viewers, and we're gonna be back. Intermission, race 2's coming up soon.
Yes. Thanks for watching. See
Thank
you soon.
you. Oh, good evening, and welcome back, everyone, to the final round of the official Asrnz 2022 DSC Cup. I'm Davo. This is race 2. We're at Snetterton in the little Ginetta's here, and beside me, again, I think I have Farmer. Farmer, welcome aboard.
Thanks,
again.
David. Welcome, viewers. Thanks for being here, mate, for the invite. Like you say, race 2, this is us. This is the final race of the final round of our DLC Cup for 2022.
It is. And it's been a bit of a cracker already. A little bit.
It has.
A little bit spread apart throughout the field, but yeah, third, the second, third, fourth battle was definitely hot. The
Up to
points,
race 1, mate.
the
Just looking at
points,
yeah.
yes.
Obviously, Jake taking maximum points a game for that first round, so he is now well out and
Well clear,
and
yep.
will have to have a disconnection and get no points for
Yep.
him not to lose his championship now.
I don't think we can manage that for you guys, sorry, but
No. Now with the Nick McIndoe car there having a bit of a shocker there, coming at 9th, so he's going to drop
Nick,
further back behind
tough.
John. John
Yep.
has sort of still got a grasp on that P2 and the champ. Nick obviously doesn't have much of a contention behind him, with the next best being a good 30 odd points down there. So the top 3 kind of remain the same. The Jeff Burst, Ashley Vediger battle is heating up.
well, that's close still, isn't it?
It is close because there was only 3 points behind them there, and we just witnessed Ashley finish ahead of that Jeff Burst car, I think by at least a position or 2. So that gap's closing up again. They've been very tight. I think
with
the final.
with
so,
one more race to go. So
with this last race,
So that's probably the space to watch at the moment, isn't it? Look, unfortunately for Nick, he's definitely dropped down to the third. No threat to go back down to fourth, really.
And with the cars of Jeff Burst and Nick, they're not having such a great first race, so it'd be good to see these guys feature hopefully in this race, Dave.
Yeah.
And maybe bring some action to the table for us.
Maybe.
As we watch these boys in their quali session, Dave, there's 3 minutes 20 to go. We currently have the car of Nick McIndoe of P1 with a no. I don't have a time, Dave.
I don't have a time either.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on there.
Are these guys still on their outlet with only 3 minutes?
I think they are.
Is that
what is going on with that? That's what I was thinking.
Too sure what's happening there, Dave.
We have no timing live on our stream, and thank you to ABC Tech and SJS again for when quality matters. But when quality matters, who have we got? Jeff
We
Burst.
do have Jeff Burst.
Burst.
Here they go, Dave. The times are popping in now, and obviously a bit of a late sort of getaway from the pits there.
Is this a short qualifying?
Possibly a short qualifying, Dave. Yeah.
Because this looks like they might be just let them go for a single flying lap. But well, if they're not, it's pretty much all the time they've got. So yeah, Nick McIndoe, top of the list.
Top of the list, and
John McDonald
completed a lap there, but didn't reach this, so possibly a cut there.
Ooh, that's interesting. We got John McDonald and Steve Melling.
Popped into third there. Very nice.
Yeah, nice work from Steve.
The McIndoe car is lighting up the greens on the sectors there, Dave. Yep. He is looking with some good pace. So is most.
Is that the McIndoe car, did you say?
Yeah, he's got a good half a second there.
Yeah, so we just got a little bit extra data on our screens here. It allows us to chase these fast times. Viewers, and like Farmer said, we've got McIndoe nearly half a second up. We've also got Brad Robinson definitely half a second up on his time at the moment now.
Yes. They'll put
Brad-
him into a 59.5, so he needs a little bit more than that. He needs more like a second and a half, Dave.
Yeah. So back to McIndoe, who's now, he's just teetering between that half a second and a sixth.
He is.
So,
he's just negotiated that final turn.
oh, Ashley Vediger gives him space. Totally aware that he's on he's on a flying lap.
I think we
Oh,
were 58 flat.
0. Yep, nice.
We saw 57s, didn't we, last quali?
We did.
So.
We did.
And now Nick's going to get one more shot at it too. So he's just crossed the line there, and 20 seconds to go. So
We actually saw 3 57s in the first qualifying.
Naki's put himself into P2 for 58.3. So that's 3/10 off Nick's pole position preliminary at the moment.
Okay, so now remembering McKellar, McDonald, and it would be Brad
Yes.
Robinson. Yes,
it's
and
the
Brad
weight
Robinson
factor.
will have
Yes.
weight.
I did forget about that, David.
Yep. So McIndoe, as you can see, on top, as he should be. He should have been in that top 3 at the end of that race.
Yes,
So,
he did start up there.
yeah. So now with no weight and his competitors with weight, he's clearly making that move.
The time has run down, David. As they cross the line, this is it. So who's going to improve there? McDonald improving a little bit, but not
Yep.
enough.
Yeah, not enough for the top spot, but does he
Pete.
just ping Joe?
Possibly Pete Epsey's actually going to jump up a few spots.
Yeah, actually looks like he might get
Steve-
first at
Steve
least.
Melling is,
Yeah, and probably Steve
30
Melling.
32 seconds up on his previous best lap time. So, or is he in the pits, mate? No, he's in the pits. He's called it.
Brad Robinson in. McDonald 6/10 up on his lap. Apsey 3,
He
4
is.
tenths up on his lap.
This might serve John into P2.
McDonald round the final corner across the
not be
line.
enough, mate. I
It
think
might put him in 2, but can he do it?
he has done.
Oh.
Ooh,
That's close.
it's super
Oh,
close.
Apsey in
Pete
4th.
did jump to 4th, yes.
Nice
work,
work,
Pete.
man.
Very nice work from Pete.
So that puts that's it. So Jeff Burst in 5th there, Farmer. So well, let's run through that.
Yeah, Nick McIndoe there, 58 flat on the front row with John McDonald next to him. Second row goes to Snakey and Pete Apsey. Row 3 to Jeff Burst and Steve Melling. Row 4 to Vaughan and Brad Robinson. And row 5, Ashley Vediger and Bobby Laycock. And Mike King off the back. Ashley down a little bit, bud. I think in that line.
Yeah.
Good to see Snakey peek back a little bit too with the weight there.
Yeah, definitely.
Couple of little observations.
It doesn't usually affect him too much. Unfortunate for everybody else. He seems to deal with it, but yeah, definitely tonight in the Ginetta, it's held him back there a little bit.
And Slick on the front row on pole, so he'll be happy with that.
Oh, for
After
sure.
his disappointment.
Yeah.
Talking with him earlier.
Oh,
Yes.
you can clearly hear the disappointment.
You could hear the disappointment, yes.
Yeah, tough gig, and look, for a couple of rounds actually for Nick. Yeah, some unfortunate mistakes with pit stops, drive-throughs, and whatever. But look, that's racing, Farmer, isn't it? Sometimes you're on, sometimes you're not.
Exactly.
So, but look, McDonald you know, sort of giving him a chance to pull up the front. John, with a bit of a sabbatical, actually spent a little bit of time in the comms box with myself, and yeah, so it's good to see him sort of back in form pretty quickly. Oh well, you know, like you'd expect that from John anyway, I suppose, wouldn't you, Farmer? But yeah, back in probably
Yes.
second position in the championship.
John's been around for a wee while now, hasn't he, Dave? He's
Yeah.
He's done a lot of racing, and it doesn't take him much to get back in the zone, like you say.
Yeah, no slouch. Okay, so here we are. Oh, look, it's the final round, everyone. Final round brought to you by ABC Tech and SJS, and you know, like when quality matters, and you know, like this is Asrnz. You know, you sign up, come and race with us. Final round for tonight.
Yes, it will
This
be another
little-
GT3 season at Asrnz.
Absolutely.
So we look forward to that.
Come and join the fun. Quick Google search Asrnz. Join us down here. You joining us on Twitch tonight. I'm Davo. I've got Farmer beside me tonight. These boys are just about to roll off the line, I think, Farmer. So yeah, click the button, people. Google search us. Whatever you got to do, just get on it.
Yeah, well done. Just seeing we're being followed there by the Karori fried chicken outlet there, one of our local fried chicken branches there. Davo, good to see them on board.
Awesome. We
Can't
love.
get past a bit of fried chicken.
Ah,
can
look,
ya?
mate. Yeah. We'll support you as much as you support us.
Probably and some.
We'll give you free racing footage if you give us free chicken. We're fine with that. It's all good. It's a mutual thing. So yeah, awesome to have look, everybody joining us again tonight. Feel free to comment if we're crap.
Feel
if
free to
we're good.
comment. Feel free to find our YouTube channel. We have a few years of footage on there of the club
We
and
do.
the racing.
We do.
And all sorts of platforms, different cars for your
Yes.
viewing.
Yeah, platforms, formats, and racing formats, and all sorts of stuff going on there. Going well back, actually, too, Farmer.
Yes. I don't think if that Triple Crown from 2017 will actually be
Bloody
Dave.
hell. Look,
That would
Farmer,
be a great one to go and review, wouldn't it?
you're starting to show your age now. I know it's only 5 years ago, but come on.
Let it go, yeah. Sometimes you've just got to look further back to sort of grasp hold of things, don't you?
Oh,
Dave,
yeah.
as you get older.
Look, if you look
Yeah.
really far back, I'm somewhere back there too, you know, I know.
You are, your name is actually
Yeah,
there.
so way
It is.
back.
Yes.
But,
Yes, there's a lot of history.
there is a bit of history here. Definitely worth signing up and coming to have a bit of a race with these boys here with us at Asrnz Farmer. A little bit of something for everyone. Good bunch of guys. Here we go. This is round 5.
Where are we, Dave?
The final.
Are we nearly at the? Are we nearly there?
We are at Snetterton. It's round 5, race 2. It is the final round. It is the final
Snetterton.
race. Snetterton.
Great track.
As the boys grid up.
I.
Nice.
Oh Yeah, nice and slow up front there. Look at that.
Very nice and slow.
Really holding the field back there. That's an old karting trick, mate, from way back.
Nick pulling that
Bonk.
field right up and
Yeah.
bunching it tightly.
Yeah, he'll be trying to bog them down if they're running a little bit rich there.
All the little karting tricks here. From one of our karting experts. One of, because we have a few here.
We do
And
have
as
a few.
Asrnz.
That's right. Some of us have a little bit of real racing background behind us, of course. So.
Absolutely, and some still carrying on with that, actually, with
Yes.
Kenny and the likes. So here we go, round 2.
Here we go.
Round 5, race
Ooh.
2. Oh,
Good little
and
jump from Nick, actually.
nice little jump from Nick. And also, John just putting his car in
Going in.
front.
Is that the car of Jeff Burst, is it?
That's actually,
No, who was that on Snakey? That's Pete.
That's Pete Apsey. On the
Takes
outside.
to the
Oh!
grass to get the, is he going to get it
Goes
done,
outside, I
Davo?
doubt it. He's going to have to tuck
Oh.
in there. I think that's Burst just right behind him there.
It is.
And so nice tidy transaction there.
Nearly got it done on the grass to get past Jake there.
Yeah, he
but
did. I think the grass might have just sort of held him back there a little bit. Maybe
as
Farmer.
I think it did again,
It
actually.
usually
just,
does.
The Burst car having a good look on him as he just gets a bit of grass on the exit, and he's gone wide again, Davo.
Again, and it's put Burst on the
Oh.
inside.
Pete been a little bit unlucky in a couple of opening exchanges there.
Yeah,
Nakey all over the back of McDonald, and
yeah. He's
Thanks.
only lost a position or so though. There.
Oh,
Oh,
big
someone
move
in
from
deep
the
there.
car of
I think that's Brad
I think it
Robinson.
was. Oh, he might be regretting that at the moment, Davo. Looked like a little bit deep,
I think the camera guys are going to catch that.
a little bit out of control there.
So yeah, a little bit deep. I think Brad might have just missed his braking mark here as they drop into this
Yeah.
little left-hander here. Oh, it might be the right actually. Down the inside of. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's-
goes to have a look on one. I don't think he expected to get involved with the Jeffrey
he
car.
didn't. He didn't. Yeah.
Probably was hoping it would pull up a little bit quicker than that.
Oh, you would.
Because you just want to end up beside the first car, don't you? So that that car in front of him can
Yep.
still come across in front of you like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unlucky, really
So
unlucky.
and so easily done.
And Davo, do I need to mention it?
Do you? Do you really?
The drive through to Nick McIndoe's name. He is going to be
What?
filthy.
What is going on with that at the moment?
He has a commanding lead. What has he done wrong, Davo?
I don't know. He look. We had some expletives earlier when we brought him in channel about why the drive-through happened, and I'm sure if we drag that gentleman down again, Nick McIndoe will get
Right.
similar expletives because
I don't think that we're.
Because I don't know.
Like deer at the moment.
I don't know what he's. It didn't look like anything. I don't think he's done anything wrong.
I don't know.
It looked like the start was perfect.
I can't see that he's received that many cuts already.
He's definitely
Surely not.
hasn't exceeded the track limit so far. But what else
What
could
is
it be?
going wrong, actually, Davo? Because he didn't. He had a great start.
Had a fantastic start. So unfortunate for Nick McIndoe. Farmer, I'm speechless. I really don't know what to think of that whole situation. But what we've got to do is look back and just look back at this John McDonald.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if Nick keeps
John
going for
McDonald.
a couple of laps, he'll be able to drive through and come out with these guys, mate. 'Cause he
It's
is
on.
some serious pace, so he actually may be able to get back in behind these boys and catch back up to them again with this long still to go.
Well, given
But
the
like
weight
you say,
that are on these cars, yeah. But yeah, look, what?
there is
where-
a juicy battle there, isn't there, between the John McDonald and
It's
Snakey
very nice.
and
Very
the
nice.
Jeff Burst car. Yes.
It's the Jeff Burst car now. The Jeff Burst car is
Is this Jeff's time
is-
to shine?
yeah, well, it's unweighted. So
Exactly.
let's get
And we'll
out of the
see
helmet, Jeff Burst. What's
pace
this?
going
What's this
through.
stuff? Out of the helmet of Jeff Burst. Surely he can get on top of these guys.
Where are we? Down to a hairpin here.
Might just do a little bit of a lap here. Let's just watch this.
Yes.
That is, as we see McDonald. I think is that McDonald? No, that's
It's
Jack,
Snakey.
that's McKellar. Peels off into the pits, but
Nice stuff from G4.
The toing and throwing farmer between the cars.
Yes.
It's great to watch, and it just shows how different these guys, the different lines these guys can drive, and where they can be strong on one part of the track and another can be strong on another part of the track. You know, like it's great to watch. So they do very similar lap times, but strong in different parts of the track.
Yes. Yeah, good stuff. It was a nice lap there, buddy. Noticing after I called it there, Jake giving away his strategy, always going long. One of the first into the pits, Davo.
Yes, yeah, unusually.
Unusually, yes,
Yeah.
very unusually. In
Yeah.
straight away, trying something the complete reverse
Yeah,
of the normal sort of race
yeah.
that he and the problem with that, Davo, going so early is you can get onto the back of traffic again, can't you?
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
And
Yeah.
do you think he's coming in early because he's not used to being in the pack? He's so quite he's quite often out in front, you know. Like, so is that just that little bit of space that he's looking for that he's used to, I suppose. But anyway, there we go.
Maybe he did just want to get himself out of a battle, like you say, and just get his head clear and into some bit of a track space.
Clear air. So we're talking about talking about Jake McKellar.
He is 11 seconds off the back of Bourne there.
Yeah, and look
so
at
he
it.
has got a bit of clear track in front.
He's got a very clear track, and this is where he shines and really does make his times. He hits his marks, and he can really focus and get his head down. So, look.
I'll just keep an eye on his lap times actually as we go round, mate.
That's where it's going to show, isn't it? You know, like when the pit stops all equalise, you know, like who's been cutting the times, isn't it? You know, like and really making that under or overcut work. And
I see the boys doing the.
I see that John McDonald out, and we've got Jeffro out coming out. We've got Nick McIndoe actually just back in the pits there too.
He has
coming out, and he's going to come out behind Apsey. So there you go. Everybody was good pick up there, Farmer. And
that's great work from the current burst there. He responded straight away to Jake's early pit stop. Went in the very next lap. And managed to just eke out in front of him.
Yeah, and very close too, actually.
Very close.
McDonald also one of the ones that just popped in really quickly. You know, he's got a little bit of a gap on the boys, but
Yeah,
Just
got a
down
great
that-
pit stop there, John.
Again,
that time round.
again, remembering McDonald carrying weight.
Yes.
Jake McKellar carrying weight. Who else was carrying weight? Brad Robinson carrying
Yeah.
weight. So, where is he in the picture at the moment? Let's have a look. He's in 3rd position on my data.
Yeah, Steve-O currently
Unpitted.
leading the race. Unpitted at the moment. Ashley Bidiger on P2. Brad P3. Bobby Laycock 4th. Vaughan Martin in P5. Those guys all still to take their pit stop.
Yeah. And how's Brad's times looking there, Farmer?
So Brad last lap round 59 flat, as opposed to the McDonald car. First of our pit stoppers. Oh, because that was an outlet, Davo, so that's not a true reading there.
Yep.
But John's best lap is sort of a 59 flat too, so similar pace.
Yep.
Between those guys.
So he's still in a fairly good position in the race, isn't he? Given those times.
He is.
At a glance. Steve Melling leading the race, Farmer. How chuffed will Steve be? He knows he's got a pit. How's his times looking? He's looks comfortable so far. Vaughan.
Steve-O doing 59 flats too, 58.9. So Steve-O with some reasonable pace. Ashley
Rediger.
actually doing the best lap of the race. Last lap round, sorry, the best lap there, 58.3. So Ashley with good pace. How far is he behind Steve-O?
I think Ash Rediger
As we
actually
can
got.
see. Just got to him and he's bobbling off the grass there, mate.
I think Ash Rediger got fastest lap of the race last week as well.
He did.
Yeah,
Yes.
so nice work. So Ash, no slouch. Brad Robinson, not that far back in 3rd position, so it'll be. Look, it's a deceiving group of cars. The pit stops will make or break these guys, won't they, Farmer?
Yes, they will. And I'm just watching the John McDonald car trying to negotiate Bobby. Obviously, that's actually 4 position, even though Bob
Absolutely.
Has pit stop, it's still 4 position, and John having to work for that.
Yep.
And he'll be smiling that that job's done, hoping that Jeff Burse has more trouble than he did. Negotiating the same obstacle.
I would no doubt.
He continues to carry on
Laycock,
as he does.
Laycock carries on. We
Currently
see
holding down
Ashley
position
Rediger coming out of the pits.
Yes, Ashley is coming out, and he's going to sneak in behind Jake. Looks like there, mate.
Yeah, and in front of Apsey.
Yes, Ashley and Pete. Very good
Oh,
pace,
Ashley
and,
out wide, actually, and
is he? Is that going to let Pete have a sniff, or?
I think that puts Steve Melling. That's given Steve Melling some breathing space, a lot of breathing space. Brad Robinson. So.
Just waiting to see.
Obviously,
once everything settles down there, mate. We're a little bit up in the air, aren't we? With
We are.
And what? We're not sure on the Steve Melling and the Brad Robinson car.
Yeah. Okay. So
and
we've got Laycock. I think by the looks of it too. Is that like the Laycock car too? Still not pitted. Okay.
Not pitted as well. So.
Okay. Yep. Yes. So sometimes a little bit hard to keep up with our pit stops.
But go Steve-O.
Yeah, definitely go Steve-O.
As he comes around the final turn there, we'll just see if he's going. He is coming
he is too. Yep.
To get that compulsory pit stop out of the road, and the car of Brad Robinson is going to follow him in behind as well, Davo.
Ah,
So
yeah, no
that's,
surprise really for Robinson to match Stevens' lap. I think they've been running fairly closely together at the top of the field, but yeah, very similar times. Oh, Stephen, very quick
Okay, the
stop
John
there.
McDonald car just coming
Yep.
down past Steve-O.
Yep.
And the GT4 car is a yes as well. Rip past, here comes. Whoa, look at this, Davo. Here comes the pack. Was that the car of Snakey? Just drifted a little wide there around turn 1, Davo.
Yep.
With the entry from Steve Melling. Big pack of
Very,
cars. All
very
turned up
big
into
pack
one
of cars there.
corner at the same time there. That was great to watch.
Okay, so the boys might go back and have a look at that actually. Yeah, Ashley just a little bit of wriggle.
Yeah, Jake just committed a little bit too much there and just outbroke himself. The other two sort of been cautious, and Levo sort of slipped in between. Yeah, not Snakey, was it someone else? I'm not too sure.
Somebody else went off there too.
Might have been Nick, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a little bit unfortunate there.
Had a bit of a slip there too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
it might have
that. Saw
been
that.
Nick
Yeah, it was a green car. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So that is the potential battle for third place there between Ashley Bettiger, Steve Melling,
and it's tight.
Snakey. It is tight.
It is tight, and there's actually quite a train of cars there. If you don't have to look too far back. That's Ashley Bettiger, Jake McCullough, Nick McIndoe, Bobby Laycock as well. I think in amongst that with Pete Apsey also.
Yeah, still to hit
just
there.
bringing up there. Yeah.
Bobby Laycock.
But they're all in that train of cars. So, but this three here.
Jake
McCullough.
I like to say, David, these three here, and behind them is a man who was on pole with great pace.
Yeah. So, watch that space.
Yes, he'll be looking for all three of these guys within the next 13 minutes. Some redemption. If he can achieve that, David, he'll get himself on the podium.
Yes, we just get out of the front of, actually out of the helmet cam of Nick McIndoe. Beautiful vision, actually, just watching this train of cars here out of the Ginetta. Oh, look at
Whoa,
that. Very deep.
There.
So,
very
yeah.
easy to overdrive these cars.
Yeah.
Any of these cars in this game. You've only got to push that a little bit too hard. That's the result. But again, really pushing.
Yeah.
It just compromises the exit speed, doesn't it?
It does.
You just cook the entry and you just lose it on the exit. Yeah.
Yep. So just as we just move up again. So Jake's car.
Yeah, so we Jake's car in front of Nick.
You can just see the difference in the style at the moment. With Melling flicking the car around sideways. Jake just trying to keep that car stable. He's carrying weight. He'll be carrying full weight, won't he? So what's that? 30 kg.
Yeah, he's got 30 kg weight.
Yep.
Yeah. Down the straight there. Just taking the edge out there so slightly on Jake.
Looking for that pressure on. That's
Jake, nice little sort of throw and skip slide into the apex of the first turn there.
That's Jeff Burst in front of.
Nick up the inside, mate.
He's got it. He's got it done.
Yeah, that's number one. Still got 11 minutes to get the next two.
Oh, definitely. Looking sharp.
Very racy.
Yep. Back and have have a look at that. Yeah, so nice work from Nick McIndoe, and especially with just lines him up nicely down the inside. Jake has nothing. Nick 0 pies. Jake 30 pies. So
Yeah,
just
and that was
do
actually
the math. It was
Yeah.
it was a
It was a
textbook
great
pass.
display, actually.
Yeah.
Well, we had a pass, Nick got that pulled up perfectly and was able to hold the apex around the corner.
Yeah, nothing sketchy anywhere. It's just like
No.
so textbook stuff.
Yes,
It's beautiful to
nicely
watch.
done.
Yeah.
Like you say, no pies and pies, that can be the difference. And because it doesn't only affect you under acceleration, it affects you under brakes.
Under
too.
brakes,
It's
certainly.
a little bit extra weight
Yeah.
to pull up, so.
Yeah, so good clean stuff. Oh, Melling starting
I've
to...
noticed Nick has slipped past the Melling car.
The
and,
Melling car struggling.
And is looking at a very loose, actually, in front of him as well, that he's
lining up.
about to make a small change of, I think, Davo. Oh, as he gets a great hunk of sausage on the exit of the last turn.
So we'll get in the car with Nick McIndoe. McIndoe is the man on the move at the moment. Just let's get into the helmet.
Let's get into the helmet, yes.
Yes. Of Nick McIndoe. Watch this stuff as he takes on. Now we got in the car of Ashley Rediger last week, and look, mate, the guy is smooth as silk at the wheel. So very little mistakes coming from Ashley. Very measured driver. Let's watch this.
See Nick, it's gone deep again in that corner, Davo.
Yeah, he sort of gathered. Look, he looked like he was going a bit too hot for the last couple of laps there, back, but sort of pulled that ball back, but still again, everything getting too hot.
There.
It's easily done if you get the tyre pressures wrong, though, isn't it, Farmer?
Yeah, it can be, Davo. And often hard to know that when you're in a massive battle like this, you just
Yep.
really don't glance over at those gauges.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, some of us don't.
They
Anyway.
are what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like, well, I can't do anything about it anyway.
Well,
yeah.
you don't need to look at
Yeah.
them because you can
Yeah.
feel it, can't you? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's it.
Nick really close under
Yeah.
brakes through Dave Hicks.
So-
Another lap goes on, Davo.
Yeah, so nice.
This could go into the wire actually.
Yeah, good. So, yeah, nice vision from the in-car there of Nick McIndoe on Ashley Rediger. Ashley Rediger in third position, so that is the back end of the podium there for, that's bragging rights right there, Farmer.
Absolutely.
So, we've got, and that's where the fight is really at the moment. These guys are tight. This is close. I was just about to flick off to someone else, but I'm just like, on my little, where my little timing board is blinking red when it comes to these two guys, and look at them, they're up beside each other. Oh,
Nick just getting a bit of a better exit out of there.
yeah,
Got a little look. Nothing came of it. Another good run actually. The hair, Davo.
yep. Oh, look, applying the blowtorch really to Ashley, and Ashley cool as a curie. He's just so cool, this guy. He's just nothing really phases him. Oh, as we see one of the barriers go away, off McIndoe's car. Silky smooth from both of them.
Yeah.
6 minutes to go, Farmer. It's on.
Nick's not shy to use a bit of curve there. The Vedica car really sort of trying to, like you say, beat the smooth car, not going over the bumps, keeping it on the actual tarmac there. But Nick trying to just get a little bit more out of it and
getting a bit aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive, a little bit of curb here. You can run a little bit wider there.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do you think he's suffering for that? Because look where
Well, you
Jake-
can see he's got
he's
more
got,
work going
he's
on.
got
because
bloody
of it,
Jake
hasn't he?
McKellar right up his flacker at the moment. Now
Yes.
Jake carrying 30 pies, mate. It's on. Look at this.
Really strong here through the final.
Oh,
quarter.
here we
He's
go.
got a
That
little
is
bit of a
close.
run.
Oh,
He's going
he's
for a bit
forcing.
of
He's
grass
out
to
on the
get through
grass.
gap. He's going to have him. He's going to have the inside into one here, Davo.
Oh, look. He's going to make it stick. Oh, is he?
Oh, is he? though?
Ashley
Is he?
forcing the issue.
Ashley's-
Another right-hander. And
Ashley's-
who we got? Still in the background. Weaving and dodging and far. How close is this? Look at this. It's still on. It's not
well
over.
Done, boys. Well done.
Oh,
The window is now closed.
Great little exchange there. Well done to Ashley to
Absolutely.
keep it on the outside of there.
Oh,
Nick would have
totally.
had to come off the throttle being round the inside of that corner there through one, and it would have compromised his speed
Very
into
tight
two,
stuff.
and Ashley just able to slip back in front of
Yeah.
him there. Good work there. And then
Yeah,
Nick
look.
having another little look on the exit of two. Just it got super close, didn't it? Wow.
very close, very close. Look, and personally, I think it's a testament to these cars too. These are a very, very nice car to drive.
Yes,
And
you can drive these cars side by side quite well.
Yeah.
Actually, David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even through some of these really tight mid-pace corners, these guys easily running side by side. And, not dropping a lot of pace, but obviously dropping some pace. Look at Jake McKellar behind him, just going, oh, I need more.
Yes, and he's just hoping for some sort of miracle to happen in front of him, isn't
Which
he?
is not going to happen. He's hoping. We've got, look, a little under 4 minutes to go. And it's getting hot here. Ashley Rediger,
Oh,
Nick
look at the way
McIntyre,
that-
Jake
the-
McKellar.
The Jake McKellar car is able just to hug the inside of that turn with speed,
Yeah.
right
Oh, look,
the way round there.
quick, we're going to pop up the front here because we have John McDonald with Jet Bird starting to apply the pressure to the top spot. Farmer.
Okay.
Just
It's
have a
on,
quick look
Davo.
at that.
It's on.
We've only got 3 minutes to go, Farmer. What do we watch? We've got Ashley Rediger,
We
Nick
need to keep an
McIntyre,
eye-
Jake
we
McKellar.
need to keep an eye on it all, yeah, and it's a great way to round out this final race of the
Oh,
series.
for sure.
And like you say, the Jeff Burst car is looking hungry, and he doesn't have any weight on him, does
No,
he? behind that
no,
car at
he
McDonald's?
doesn't.
So he'll know
He's
it.
got the advantage.
It is absolutely on 100% for the pass.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So John just
Go Jeffro.
trying to keep it smooth and trying to keep it covered, but definitely at a disadvantage. We'll go back to Nick McIntyre. Smack bang in between.
Oh no, Barnes is on that car of Ashley. He's doing a great job there, isn't he?
Jake McKellar.
Absolutely.
And who's that coming up behind is Steve Milling. He's actually gained a little bit. We've got to go back up the... This is going to go down to the wire here. We've got 2 minutes to go. John
Fastest man on track, Davo, is the Jeff Burst car.
Oh, you got to go back to John
He
McDonald and
is
Jimmy.
flying.
Okay.
Absolutely. He's been hunting down, I think he's been hunting down John Boy all this time, Davo, that we've
Yeah.
been focusing on those up three, and he's put himself with 1 lap to go, mate, like a minute 40 as they cross
It's
the
a
line
minute
there.
40 to go.
This is the last lap, because we are doing minute
Okay.
58s.
Okay, we're going to
So
have to run to
Jeffro
these. We're going to have to run to these top two guys.
Gonna have to get it done. He's gonna have to get it done now.
Yep. Oh, this
Where's
is
he gonna
this
be
is
able to
tough.
get him?
This is
Where
when
is he gonna
this
get
is really when our production team wants 2 screens, because we want a little bit of, 2, 3, and 4, or 4, 5, and 6, and
Yes.
and we want a little bit of first and second as well going on the screen, because this is awesome stuff, viewers. We got John McDonald holding off Burst. John
He
McDonald
is.
carrying weight, Can he hold
Actually
it out?
still holding out Nick too. There's still status quo in the background there.
Oh, keep us updated, Farmer. If we need to flick back there, we're going to go back there immediately.
F burst. Where's he going to get it done?
I don't think he can.
I think it's going to be not out of this one, David, but the one after this that leads onto that straight. He needs to
Okay, here
get
we
a better
go.
run
Nice run out from Burst
out of
again.
this next corner. This corner
And
is
again.
crucial. He needs to get onto the back of John out of this corner, bud.
Yeah, well, John's got the
I
weight on.
don't really know that he's done it because, yeah, that's right. John's carrying that weight. I think this would have been a
long
great
run.
opportunity for Jeff.
Just doesn't quite.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing.
No. And you can see in the distance, viewers, there actually, that Jake McKellar battle. We've got.
It's still carried on, and Ashley's still ahead there.
Yep.
Jeffro having big stuff. Went to the final corner.
Oh, where do we watch? Viewers, look at this, right down to the wire.
Going to get a run here. Is he going to get a run?
Oh, John Boy,
On the
wide.
grass.
Oh, he's
Still
got
Nick
him
on
in a
the
bit of a
grass.
bush.
Come on, here we go.
Come on.
Going to the
So
line. Oh, Davo. Oh,
Oh.
I think I just got it.
Boy.
Quickly catch that little bit behind there, mate. They're still coming across. Ashley, well done to hold out Nick McIndoe and Jake McKellar. Ooh, that was tight up the front, mate. That was very tight. Steve-O there coming in for 6th place.
Oh, look, crazy stuff. Like, literally, first and second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
And 6th.
Super tight. Super tight. Brad Robinson in 7th. Apsey in 8th. Got Vaughan Martin coming around.
Yeah, but
Mate.
unlucky for Vaughan. Vaughan normally has a little bit more pace than we've seen from him tonight. But good to see him bring it home in 9th place there.
Oh, look, it's tough. You know, some of these other are like right on the top of their game. The top 5 Farmer in that race was incredible.
Yes.
That was
Yeah, it was great. It
top,
was.
top end stuff. So, you know, like it's hard to compete with that in such a small field. But yeah, awesome work. Bobby Laycock, I think, coming across to round out the field. Good on you, Bobby, and thanks for joining us again.
Joining in,
Yes, for sure, for the DLC Cup, which has been freaking awesome, viewers. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and thanks again for ABC Tech and SJS for sponsoring all this stuff. But Farmer, we've got business to deal with.
We have.
We've got people to talk to.
Let's roll them in, buddy.
Okay, let's go.
Grab
Down the straight.
Ashley down the straight. Sorry about that,
Close.
mate. But,
Down the straight,
conversation.
Ash. Yes.
Down the straight, Ash. That's how we like to see it, mate. Holding out the car of McIndoe to the death. Well done, buddy, on your 3rd.
Thanks, mate. God, that was fun. Yeah, hard work, but it was fun.
Oh, mate, you had to keep your head together because he was all over you.
You got a lot of airtime. And a great little exchange there where Nick actually got up the inside here and you managed to hold it right around the outside of turn 1.
Yeah, I was trying to give him room.
Yeah, no, it was well done.
You didn't have to.
No, you did it because you got a little sniff on the exit or 2, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
But luckily you had a nice run out of there and you managed to hold that position.
Did you happen to catch the 4 wide into turn 1 at one stage?
Oh, yes, when you come out of the pits?
No, Steve-O came out of the pits and Jake Bob
Steve-O.
and I.
Yes, that is on there, mate.
Yeah, we might have got a little bit of that.
That was scary.
Yeah, sorry, it was Steve-O coming out of the pits that, yes, we did catch that.
Cool. I'm exhausted. I don't know what to say.
You're speechless. well, we weren't
mate.
because we were watching you, mate, and it was awesome work. And look, we talked how super smooth you were to defend what you were doing. You know, like, mate, it takes some
Yes.
some smarts, and obviously a cool head tonight. Finishing
It
off
wasn't too smooth coming out of the bomb hole there at one stage. You got a massive tank slapper going.
the bomb hole. That is a terrible name for a
The
corner.
old bomb
Yeah.
hole. Well, we did actually make some comments on your driving style there, Ashley, as you were going around. And if you watch the replay back, you'll see that the Nick McIndoe car behind you was certainly taking a more aggressive stance and had a lot more wheel work going on in his car.
In the bum hole. That's
Trying to
right.
make some hammer, especially through the bum hole. Yeah.
Trying not to run into me. Oh, it's great fun and well done to all of the boys there.
Yeah. Nice work, guys.
Thanks, gents.
Oh, mate. All right, thanks, buddy.
User was moved out of your channel.
Yay. Ifro. Pico Train.
User
Jeffro.
was moved to your channel.
Jeffro.
Yo, what's
Pico
happening?
Train. Bro, we think you lost by about a smidgen of a zigzag paper or something, was it? Or yeah.
0.009 or something.
0.009, yeah. Oh, we watched
Was that what it
right
was?
to the wire,
Oh,
eh?
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was epic, man. I had a mean chase on him, but I just had nothing for him.
Yeah.
A bit late.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was funny because we were watching the battle for third, fourth, and fifth, and it looked like you were 11 or so seconds behind, John. But next minute, it
Yeah.
all lit up there with 2 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 3 to
And
go.
obviously,
It's all
you've
on.
just been hunting them down all that time.
Yeah, man, I had my head forward, just trying to close that gap, and yeah, I think I got the fastest lap too somewhere, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
No
I
doubt.
was
No doubt.
trying.
Oh, look, I thought I could see you grinning across the line there.
Yeah.
Leaning forward a little bit.
Yeah, I was going leading
Come
forward.
on.
I was trying to push the thing over the line.
Yeah. Yeah, nice work, man. Look
Yeah,
good.
thank you very much. That was cool. It was good race with JB.
Oh, bro, it was good to watch.
Yeah,
It
man.
was
Oh,
definitely
that's
good to watch.
All right, well done, mate.
Thank you very much. Cheers,
Okay.
team. Cheers.
Yeah, mate.
Thanks, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, and that just leaves us
One more.
for
User
old mate.
was moved to your channel.
Oh, mate.
John Boy, welcome back, bud. Welcome back.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, shot, bro.
Did I up my game?
Good race there. Yeah, well, you
You
did.
You did up your game.
You did, yeah. No,
With-
look,
even
we
with-
asked you,
even with
don't
the
you
pies
did.
on board,
So,
mate.
yeah, well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeffro was keeping me honest there at the end. How close was
Yeah,
that? I
was he
think.
what?
Oh, we're
yeah,
just talking to him.
0.009.
Yeah,
we
it's-
watched it, mate. We've got it on stream right to the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was coming out the last one. I was going, oh, he's going to get me. He's got the run because his car was so much better under the brakes and had the power on the straight. Little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
But that was wicked. Had me.
Yeah, well,
sweating, but-
yeah, look, mate, we watched. It was hard for us up here. Look, we got such a tough job up here because it was it was either you and bloody Jeff, or it was Ashley and freaking was it Nick?
Nick
Nick
did a
McIndoe.
great job to
Nick
come
Right,
back
yeah,
through what
yeah,
he did,
so
'cause
it's
he got
like-
another drive through. Yeah.
It was
Yes,
almost
he did.
identical to. Oh, mate, it was. You guys are smooth as silk. It's awesome to watch.
Oh, dear.
So much entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, look, the cars raced pretty well, actually, and it was a good way to finish. So,
Yeah, nice round to top things off. You think the Ginetta's a bloody nice car to drive?
yeah, it's quite cool because you can get them into a bit of a slide and
Yep.
get a bit of opposite lock on them and still keep the jandle down. So,
Yep, and,
yeah,
and some
they're
good
fun. They've got a bit of attitude.
and handle a bit of side by side action too.
Yeah, do they what? Oh, man. But,
Yeah, nice, bro.
uh,
Second in the champ, mate.
yeah.
Unfortunately, preliminary results there, but still a
Oh.
good, solid,
Oh, mate.
night and a champ for you, and
You got to be
really
happy with that.
just continue the legacy of
Just,
John McDonald. You know.
I think just
Well done.
turning up and racing is the key and sticking that out. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
you just got to keep on going with no matter what happens, and yeah, that's it. But no, it was good. Good to see a lot of the new members sticking it out there too and getting on board, and they've raced well.
They have.
And thanks as well. for the
Oh.
stream.
Oh, yes. No,
No worries.
we do this, you do that. That's okay. We thank you. You can thank us anytime. Grab a beer, John.
I will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shot, bro.
All right.
Good
cheers,
on you,
boys.
mate.
Yeah, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, there you go.
There you go, Dave. I guess congratulations to Jack Miller. He slipped out for the night already. He's
Yes, well,
topped out the round for the series.
he has. He
Tom
has.
McDonald will take P2 and the car of Nick McIndoe third
Yeah,
for the
definitely.
champ.
Yep.
After his bad run again this week, unfortunately. But
Oh, God, he's had a tough run, but yeah, still puts himself in the top three anyway. So, yeah, it would have been nice to get the boys up here to have a quick chat. We didn't. But look, that's a wrap, Farmer. Look, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
yeah, it's been a pleasure, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for everyone for watching, tuning in, checking us out. Good times.
For sure. So, look, just click the buttons, people. Chase Asrnz. Go and hook us up and get amongst it. We'll be back for another GT3 or GT4 championship. There's always something going on here. That wraps it up for the DLC series, Cup series, and yeah, thank you very much for viewing. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.